Pelaga's bollocks, Commander. Have you seen the Kickstarter campaign for Divinity Original Sin? Looks like a bloody good game, that. Right up my alley. I'd get in on the action if I were you, and no mistake. Besides, you'd be supporting Larian Studios. They've a lovely bunch of lads and lasses over there. Bonkers, but lovely.
Hi everybody. Today we're going to discuss a little bit our stretch goal that involves turning henchmen into companions. I'm here with Jan, our lead writer, who's been very busy of late. And Jan, can you tell us where we are here?
Here we are at the big Dragon Commander wall, and the thing you see behind us here are all the big storylines, the story arcs of the generals and the princesses in Dragon Commander.
So what do the color? I see arrows, I see colors, I see numbers. What does it mean?
So basically here you have story arcs, and these boxes here indicate how they unfold. So you start at a specific point and then it branches like a tree, and then depending on what choices you make during the game, you end up at specific story arc endings, which can be many. And
so there's quite a lot of characters and a lot of decisions to be made, if I understand correctly.
yes.
Alright, so obviously in Original Sin we have this system of cooperative dialogues in which one player can make a decision, but then the other guy can say, well, I don't agree, and then I have to argue, and one wins based on his stats. So how is that going to affect this system here?
Basically it's going to make what we have here 10 times more interactive, because at every decision point you have in these dialogues, basically the player is going to be able to make different choices than what his partner wants to do. And added to that, there is a whole system of affinity and affection, which will also influence the character you're talking to.
So okay, so let's say this is General Henry here, and he's a nice fellow. He has a bit of a problem with his arm, and so General Henry, he has a certain opinion about I don't know, racism, for instance. So and I will make a choice which can be understood as being racist because I don't like lizards. But he might disagree with that. So what would that mean? If you would then, as my co-player, say, well, I actually agree with that.
Agree with the racism part.
Yeah, so I make the racist comment and you say the counter argument, and then he is actually against racism for lizards. Although I think in Dragon Commander actually he doesn't really like the lizards, but that's another story.
That's another story.
Yeah.
Basically, so what will happen is then, of course, depending on the stats of the player, it will still, you might still win, I might still win. That's still up in the air. But depending on that, also Henry will come to like me a lot more than he likes you, and his affection for me will grow.
Okay.
Which influences gameplay.
Okay, all right. So I think that I understand how that's going to work. So, and it's also no coincidence that we put the companion goal after the personality traits and talents goal, because we wanted to use this to actually affect these things also, right?
Exactly. So basically, now that we have all these, what should we call it?
Traits and talents.
The traits and talents. We said that they will influence dialogue choices you have. So obviously, if I share talents or share traits with this guy, my dialogue options will multiply, and it will be a lot easier for me to influence him and to make certain choices that influence his arc in turn.
All right. So they're complex stuff, but cool stuff, very interactive stuff. It's going to add a lot to the game world if we're going to have these fully fleshed out companions. Some people have been asking us, what's going to happen with the henchmen? Are they going to disappear? Are they all going to turn into companions? As a matter of fact, they are going to coexist with one another. So you will have henchmen and companions. So because some henchmen will have a specific combat build that you might want to use for a particular battle, and then if you want, you can just tell them, well, you know what, you can stay at my homestead at the shelter plane at the end of time, and I'll come get you when I need you. Anyway, so that's that goal. We hope we're going to make it, because it's going to add a lot of extra gameplay to the game, but really we're already very happy with everything that we've achieved, because you guys made the game a lot better. Thank you.